Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
The Warrington Irish Club, a friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports are shown on big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and crown green bowling teams along with arts and craft. Pop in for a friendly welcome and book your event at the Warrington Irish Club. Give Frank a call on 01925 243 363.
Mulligan's Funeral and Monumental Services are a family-owned funeral service first established by the late Brian Mulligan in 1996. We provide funeral homes in Gorton, Manchester and Reddish, Stockport, and we pride ourselves on giving a friendly and professional service to all the families who use our service. Contact us on 0161 432 0809.
Press this, and you can see this, hear this, taste this, and experience this. Press the green button at Ireland.com.
Hello and welcome. Coming up on the show this week, we're at the Nottingham Irish Centre, which has been the heart of the community for over 50 years. But first, we're off to Huddersfield to meet Rebecca Kane, who runs the very successful Kane Academy. Now, we all know that you need 2 good eyes and 2 good feet to learn how to do Irish dancing. Well, on this week's show, we're going to introduce you to a very special girl. Her name is Taaliyah. She's 12 years old. She's totally blind and she's an excellent Irish dancer.
I really liked Ireland and I listened to some people Irish dancing and I thought I really want to do it, and then my school teacher from my primary school was telling me about Irish dancing and I started getting inspired from her.
You've got lots of children here coming for tuition in dancing, but you've got one very special girl called Taaliyah. Tell me a little bit about her.
So her mum got in touch when she heard about the first Department of Education holiday club, and she said that Taaliyah had fallen in love with the Irish music from hearing the fairy tale of New York. And she'd fallen in love with it and the culture of it and wanted to learn the dancing maybe about 3 or 4 years before the mother obviously saw the holiday club that we just started to do. So the mum got in touch and said that she'd really love for her to do it. However, there's a couple of obstacles in her way. One, the club was for ages 4 to 8 and Taaliyah's 12, and the second one being that she's blind. But the mum said, you know, please let her do it. You know, you'd make this child's day, and she's already got the shoes. She's got a pair of light shoes and hard shoes. And to me, you know, I'm hearing a parent making an inquiry of a child that's done her research. So she's fallen in love with it. She knows to the point of what shoes she needs, you know, and she's already got them. Yeah, timing I knew would be really good, because if you think about it, if you're not as able to see, then your other senses are going to probably be better, because you're going to rely on those. So hearing is what I expected would be good for with her. And I also expected that she'd really take to the hard shoes because of that. And really, when you learn Irish dancing, although you've got the gazelles running across the stage and flying, and you've got the athletics going on in the dancing these days, you know, it's been referred to as the Olympics of Irish dance. The crux of Irish dance really is the rhythm and the timing, and that's only something that you can get from hearing.
Have you found it very difficult when you first started off?
I don't know about very difficult, but I found it a bit difficult. Like the first time, I did kind of struggle a bit. See, saw, you're bringing your left leg, so your back foot round, and then you go 2, 3.
I teach her very similar to the way that my first teacher taught me, and my first teacher was quite elderly, and she couldn't really do the dancing herself. At that point, she was in her late 60s, early 70s, and she used to get down on her hands and knees and put your feet in the positions. So I'm basically just replicating that teaching model that my first teacher had, and you know, she got me through into open within 3 years. You know, I'm just following in those footsteps, really. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Hop 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jump 2, 3. Jump 2, 3. I started teaching martial arts 17 years ago. So Cane Academy was originally Cane Academy of Martial Arts. And I'd retired from competing in Filipino stick fighting and decided that I wanted to give back to the community and start just like teaching the classes and mainly focusing on self-defense, especially for women that have suffered from domestic violent backgrounds. And then obviously I'd been dancing 4 years since the age of 5, on and off. I had a few little periods off, like when I was competing in the stick fighting, so your focus goes on that. But then I came back to competing in the dancing, went to the Worlds in Belfast, Glasgow, America, and then ended up now teaching the Irish dancing as well.
So what age are you now, Taaliyah?
I'm 12.
So when did you start doing Irish dancing?
Back in August last year.
Wow, you've learned really quickly, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've done really well. Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah, I'm really proud of myself.
I'd say it's not just her confidence that's grown, but also the benefits of Irish dancing. You can kind of see those benefits from even her posture and the muscular strength that she's gained from doing the dancing. So, you know, some people might say if they saw the first videos of her dancing when she came in that, you know, she could barely kind of walk unassisted, you know, that the muscle strength was kind of a little bit more kind of hunched over, and now she's getting that posture, you know, how we love it in Irish dancing and what makes us different to other dance styles. So let's show everyone again. Do you want to take a step forward for me? That's it, awesome, you're a superstar.
Back into turn out. We go see, saw, 2, 3.
Do you like dancing with other children, or do you like dancing on your own?
I like a bit of both. It depends what I'm doing. It depends. Yeah. Like if I'm working on a performance, I like doing it on my own to practice.
What's your favourite dance, Taaliyah?
I don't have a favourite, but I do like my hard shoe dancing. I don't know which one.
Sometimes the music is slowed down as well. Okay, so the music is slowed down a little bit, so it might be like a light jig timing actually works for a heavy jig. It's the same. The same timing. Yeah, it's just that the music's slowed down.
Yeah.
So when you dance the light jig, it's at a faster speed, and when you dance the heavy jig, if it's open level, it's like 70, 72, 73 beats per minute.
Yeah.
So it's just slowed down, but it's the same timing, same time signature. Well done. What do you think, guys?
Taaliyah, I believe I've heard that you've been learning a set dance. Tell me about that.
So I've been learning Blackbird, which is one of the set dancers, and I'm going to be performing it in February.
Oh, well done. Will you do a little bit of that for us today?
Yeah.
Everyone used to say, didn't they, you know, how many kids would start Irish dance and how many had quit because it is just so hard. But I think it's not just a confidence boost, but I think she inspires other children, and not just, you know, some people have said, oh, she's going to inspire other disabled children, but I think she would inspire any other child and any other adult. My mother was from Kildare, so County Kildare. She was born in Naas, County Hospital. And I just feel that I've been guided throughout my journey in life by St. Bridget. And in lockdown, I just felt like this innate need that we would need a water feature in the building, and you know, to promote the positive energy. And the first thing that I saw was the well, and then I found a bridge that's gone along with it. And obviously in Kildare, you've got the bridge before the well. So yeah, I just feel like I've been guided.
And of course, you're based here in Huddersfield, and there's a huge Irish community here. I'm sure your Irish classes are very popular.
Well, interestingly, we've had people travel from Manchester. We had a child that came over and she'd never won a championship in Irish dancing, but we got her into Riverdance Summer School within a year. And then we've obviously now started doing the holiday clubs, and they're not just popular with the Irish community, but also the Asian community, the Polish community. We've had some Ukrainian refugee children come along, looked after children, adopted children. So it's kind of hitting the whole community. At the moment, classes are on a Saturday, but we will look at putting more on in the future. You can find us by visiting kaneIrishDance.com. You can find us on Facebook, just looking up the page Kane Irish Dance, and also Instagram and YouTube.
Have you got some favourite songs and music that you like?
Tell Me Ma. I like Tell Me Ma.
Oh, that's a great Irish song.
Yeah, I like my Irish music.
Well done to Rebecca Kane for everything she has achieved with the Kane Academy in Huddersfield. And a big thank you to Taaliyah for dancing on the show for us tonight. We know that you've got wonderful ideas, Taaliyah, and plans going forward. And we wish you the very best of luck with them. And keep up that Irish dancing. You're absolutely fantastic. Well done. Now we're going to take a break, and when we return, we'll be at the Nottingham Irish Centre.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the North West, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
The Warrington Irish Club, a friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports are shown on big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and crown green bowling teams along with arts and craft. Pop in for a friendly welcome and book your event at the Warrington Irish Club. Give Frank a call on 01925 243 363.
Mulligan's Funeral and Monumental Services are a family-owned funeral service first established by the late Brian Mulligan in 1996. We provide funeral homes in Gorton, Manchester and Reddish, Stockport, and we pride ourselves on giving a friendly and professional service to all the families who use our service. Contact us on 0161 432 0809.
Press this, and you can see this, hear this, taste this, and experience this. Press the green button at ireland.com.
Welcome back. Now we are off to the Nottingham Irish Centre, which has been the heart of the Irish community for over 50 years. We'll be finding out about the history of the centre and what is happening there week in and week out. Tell me a little bit about the history of the Irish Centre here in Nottingham.
Well, the Irish Centre goes back to the 1960s, Martin, and it was originally on Derby Road, just opposite the cathedral, the Catholic Cathedral in Nottingham. And this was originally just one room. But in 1972, going into 73, a group of Irish people bought this building. So it's the 50th anniversary of the Irish Centre in this particular venue at the moment. It's become a bit of a landmark, I think, in Nottingham. Everybody knows it, and it's been a mainstay of the Irish community, I think, for the last 50 years. And I was just closing up the Irish Centre, and this chap was passing, and he asked me if he could come in and take a few photographs. And he said that he'd proposed to his wife here, and it was now their, I think he said their 40th anniversary. And he wanted to take a few photographs of the place where he'd proposed to her. So I let him in, and I took a few photographs of him, and he took a few photographs of the building itself. And you know, you meet lots of people like that. I've met numerous people who have very happy memories of the Irish Centre in those days. The Irish community has changed enormously since then. You know, these were people who came over in the 50s and 60s and their children, and they would come here every week, and it was the centre of it was the centre of their existence in a way, you know, at a time when it wasn't easy, let's be honest about it, at times to be Irish. This was a place that they felt safe, that they could come, that they could meet their friends and their neighbours and family, and that they could be comfortable being Irish.
The Tuesday Shamrock Club is a regular event every week. That started in 2005, and so this year will be its 18th birthday. So it's really good that it's kept going. And after we'd been going for a few years, we identified that there were quite a lot of isolated older Irish people who didn't come to the Shamrock Club. So we applied for funding from the Irish government, and we got money under the ESP grant. And we now employ 2 workers who actually go out and see people in their own homes and encourage them, if possible, to come into the centre. It's a very lively day here. Our oldest member's 96, but I'm sure you wouldn't have guessed that if you've been in today.
Right, are we ready to start again? 4 and 3, 43. 8 and 9, 89.
Generally every week we do bingo, and we always have a raffle, and we do a few other fundraising things as well, which enable us to have a couple of parties a year. We usually have a birthday party and a Christmas party. The members pay something towards it, but the club subsidises the rest.
I started in November, and we have the Shamrock Club every Tuesday, where we've obviously been today. Tea, coffee, little bar, singing, dancing. Everyone seems to really enjoy it, have a great time, meet their old friends. We bring new people down if we can. My other role is being out in the community. I visit couples, single people. A lot of people have good families around them, but sometimes it's just nice to have somebody different to talk about different things that they might not want to divulge to the family, help people filling out forms for benefits. You know yourself, people are very proud, and you know, at the end of the day, if you're entitled to claim something, then you should claim it, really. So we try and break down those barriers. It's lovely. It's a fantastic job, to be fair. Everyone's so welcoming, and my time here now, I've just ended my probation period, and everyone's just made me feel really welcome, and I feel like I'm just giving something back to the community. And then it's encouraging people to maybe say, come down to the Shamrock Club. It's once a week. I've just got in contact with one of my old school friends a couple of weeks ago. She's come down today for the first time with her mother. She was a bit apprehensive, a bit nervous, but I've said, are you coming again? I am. So it is breaking down those barriers, and just sometimes it might only be an hour or 2 hours, but it's probably an hour talking to somebody that they may not speak to anybody all week. So a little bit of, as I said in my interview, a little bit of Magella madness every now and again, you know, spreads out quite well. And, you know, I just hope that I can make a difference and just bring a bit of fun and, you know, a bit of companionship to somebody's life that might not have that.
Up until COVID, we had an annual holiday to Ireland, but since COVID, some people have felt that the journey was a bit too much. We went last year, but there was a smaller group, only 21 of us went, whereas the first year we went, we actually had a 52-seater coach and a waiting list. So, you know, the times change, people grow older and less able. We've also started a Memory Lane Cafe, and that's going quite well. We have about between 10 and 15 people once a month to that, and that's quite an informal group. We just sort of sit around, eat cake and chat. Last summer we had 3 trips on the narrowboat on the canal, which is just almost adjacent to the Irish Centre. It was lovely cruising up the canal, and then we stopped at the lockkeeper's cottage at the end and had tea and a snack before we came back again.
I did a bit of research into the first Irish emigrants who came here in the 1830s. And they came, a lot of them came from Dublin, because this was a centre of the garment industry and lace making. And a lot of these people had experience of glove making and hat making and so on, you know. And they integrated very well. But then there was another huge influx during the famine in the 1840s. And there was also a regular trade of agricultural labourers, and lots of them would come over in the summer and then go back to Ireland for the winter. And then there was another big influx, of course, in the 50s, in the 1950s, which is where a lot of the people you will have met in the Golden Shamrocks came over in that wave of emigration, I think.
And of course we know that you've had a big gathering and a huge celebration for St. Patrick's Day here in Nottingham. And of course last year was a massive day.
It was, yeah, a massive day. There's always a great celebration here for St. Patrick's Day, and there's been a few people who've managed to keep it going over the years. Obviously, during the pandemic, it wasn't possible to do that, but last year was the first year after the pandemic, and it was a great year. And every year it's twinned with a county in Ireland. Last year it was twinned with Cork, where I come from, and that was a special occasion for me, I think.
Well, we certainly enjoyed our visit to the Nottingham Irish Centre. What a lovely group of people, full of fun, and weren't they great dancers? Well, that's about it for this week. We'll be back next Thursday night with the Irish in the UK at 7:30, and just before us at 7 o'clock, Henry McGlade will be here with his show from Ireland. See you next time.
Press the green button at Ireland.com.